Hi, my name is Mike O'Brien. I'm a professor of anthropology and the dean of the College of Arts and Science at the University of Missouri. The research I'm talking about today was developed in collaboration with Alex Bentley, professor of archaeology and anthropology at the University of Bristol, and William Brock, he goes by Buzz, who is a research professor in the Department of Economics at MU. For the past several years, we've been looking at various aspects of human decision making, and as part of that strategy, our latest work involves looking at the effects of social media. Why? Because for years the behavioral sciences flourished by studying how traditional behavior has been governed throughout most of human history by relatively well informed individual and social learning. Today, however, social phenomena can occur with unprecedented scale and unpredictability, and individuals have access to previously unimagined social connections. To clear up misconceptions, it's essential to place the conclusions derived from big data into context so we have a clearer understanding of the dynamics that are taking place. With this in mind, my colleagues and I set out to develop an empirical framework for evaluating how behavior may be changing in the digital age. So what we did was to create a map that has four quadrants. It actually graphs two analytical dimensions. One is the extent to which a decision is made independently or socially. The other dimension is the transparency or opaqueness of the decision that the person's making in terms of payoffs and costs. Each quadrant of the map features a signature behavioral pattern. In the Northwest, especially in the extreme corner of the Northwest, people make independent decisions and they understand the payoffs. In other words, the payoffs are completely transparent. Now, when we talk about these quadrants, nobody lives in exactly the northwest corner of the map. Everybody makes decisions to some degree through social context. But what matters is how far to the east are they leaning when they make them. So when I talk about the Northwest and its signature, or the Southwest, again, these are general discussions, general characterizations of behaviors. Now, as we move to the Northeast across the map, that's where socially based decision making happens with transparent payoffs. So, for example, you're now depending more and more and more on friends, social media, whatever, but the payoffs and the costs are still pretty well known to you. Now, consider moving back to the Southwest. Decisions are made pretty much individually, but you really don't have much in the way of knowledge, especially as you move down toward the southwest corner of the map. Not much knowledge as far as what are the risks of this? What are the real gains? So, for example, let's say that you were asked to pick a mutual fund. You don't even know what a mutual fund is, and somebody says, well, you can find them in the newspaper. So you put a newspaper on the wall, stand back 10 feet, and throw a dart. You have no idea what your risk is. You have no idea what the possible payoffs are, but you did make it pretty individually. You used a dart. Now let's slide you across the map to the east. You still don't understand much about payoffs and risks, but now you've got tons and tons of friends and people on Facebook or Twitter or whatever to help you gauge your decisions. So I always use the example of myself. I don't know how cell phones work. So if I set out and I had to buy a telephone, what would I use to make that decision? Well, I'm down in the Southwest. I don't know what they cost. I don't know what my gain is, but I know friends of mine are buying iPhone. Well, what the heck? It's kind of a herd philosophy. I'll just go with what they're doing. In fact, Buzz Brock and Alex Bentley and I, we see a lot of decision making moving to the Southeast and moving pretty rapidly. Why? Because of the internet, because of cell phones, because of all of this technology that allows social media to boom and really start taking over our decision making. Now, some of this could be good. There's been a lot of studies done on how people make decisions and the wisdom of the crowds. Can you make good decisions when more people are involved? And the answer is yes, if everybody has access to the same information. For example, we've all been to county fairs, and one of the highlights of a county fair is a huge, big bowl that has jelly beans in it. And everybody pays $1 to make a guess on how many jelly beans are in it. The best way to do that is to bring in 1,000 friends and have each one of them take a guess as to how many jelly beans there are. These are just people of average intelligence like we are. Take those, add them up, divide by the number of people making the guess, and that's your official answer, and submit that. I guarantee you, you will win the prize. That's called the regression to the mean. And what you'll find is more times than not, you'll get within about 5 or 6 jelly beans either side of the correct answer. We would think the map and the little signatures provide a framework for evaluating how modern collective behavior may be changing in the digital age, whether it's becoming more individualistic as people seek exactly what they want, or more social as people become more linked, even herd-like in their decision making. We think the map will lead to new testable hypotheses concerning human behavior and to similar applications throughout the social sciences. Alex, Buzz, and I want to place the University of Missouri at the center of big data studies. To put it mildly, we're excited to see what develops in the near future as we continue to focus on all of the myriad aspects of human decision making.